Hello, everyone. This is Natasha Y. Phoenix again, the Voracious Reader, with yet another book review. The book that I'm going to share with you on today is by the author Dan Millman, who's the author of The Way of a Peaceful Warrior. But the book that I found about him before I even heard about The Way of the Peaceful Warrior is, make sure you can see it, The Laws of Spirit. There we go. I think it's a little bit on this side. Simple, powerful truths for making life work. And what I love about this book is story forms. I don't like, certain books are okay, but I don't like it if it's too technical, if it's just too, you know, blunt in your face. Put it into a storyline. Make it so that the reader can understand what is being conveyed, but also how they can apply, the points or the principles or what have you to everyday life. And that's what I love about this book here, The Laws of Spirit. There are 11 principles that Mr. Millman talks about in this book, and I'm going to only share with you three that resonated with me. They all resonated with me, but I only, want to share three for the sake of the video. The first principle that I want to share is the law of choices, reclaiming our power. Many times we don't think that we have choices. We don't have control over our choices in our lives. And we really do. We have more choices than we realize. Just like, choosing to think a certain thought, you actually have control over those thoughts. For the longest, I didn't think I did. I just thought that whatever happened to me was meant to happen, and so be it. That's the kind of life you live. But that's not true. And unfortunately, it's taken me this long to discover that. But I do have, choices. I do have a choice over the things that occur into my life, because up until this point, I've been living my life by default and not by design. Well, now I'm taking control and realizing that I have choices to make so that I can live a life by design. So I love how he talked about that, having choices and reclaiming your power. And one of the examples that he gave in the storyline, the two main characters, a wise old sage and a married man who happened to have gone on a trip, a walking adventure, and met with this wise old sage. Well, one of the incidents in the book is where they had went into the water together. She had gotten into the water naked, and he had gotten excited about it. Well, he actually had a choice. That was part of his law, making a choice. Did he want to, cheat on his wife, or, just make the choice to, do the right thing? And so he made a choice to do the right thing, but it just lets you know that when you're placed in certain circumstances, you do have a choice. And hopefully in a lot of circumstances, and even, through making mistakes and what have you, that we make the right choices for our lives. Because my choice for me may not be a choice for you. Like, I'm choosing to, be a part of this challenge and do these videos. Someone may not like doing videos, so that's their choice, and I can't knock them for that. So the law of choices, reclaiming our power, is one of the principles that I want to share. Another principle that I want to share is the law of expectation, expanding our reality. And for the longest, I've had difficulty with that because, again, like I said earlier, I just thought that I had to accept whatever was coming into my life. Whatever happened, happened. That I didn't have much expectation. I'll just do what everyone else did. Go to school, get a good education so I can get a good job. Well, that didn't work out. And obviously, that's why I'm online now. And so I can expect more. My expectations have expanded through reading this book and other books and being exposed to different things, because you get what you expect. So if you expect nothing, you get nothing. And sometimes I used to think that was a catch-22, because it was like, okay, well, what if I expect something and I don't get it? Well, what are my intentions? And my intentions is that I'm expected to get everything that I'm looking for, because I'm expanding my reality, because my reality is not about lack. It's not about scarcity. It's not about paucity. It's about wealth. It's about abundance, abundance in every area of my life, spiritually, physically, financially, mentally. And so You know, when you expand your expectations, you expand your reality. So I love how he talked about that. And one of the examples he used in the book was where the character had to throw a rock at a tree 20 feet away. And his expectation was that the tree was too far. So, you know, he kind of fought with that and what have you, like, you know, well, if I was closer, or, you know, if the sage didn't demand that he did it or what have you, you know, he had excuses or justification of why he couldn't do it. But then he had to change his mindset and expect that he would hit the tree. And one of the things that she had him do, and I love this exercise, is all his fears and insecurities of why he couldn't do it, get it out. Don't leave that stuff balled up inside of you. You know, if you have a fear about something, you know, get it out. If you're angry about something, let it out, because it's out in the universe and it is out of you, and it won't fester inside of you. So once he got it out, he was able to expect to hit the tree, and he did. So I love that analogy, and I love how, you know, Dan Millman illustrated that. So remember, law of expectation, expanding your reality. And the final law that I'm going to share with you is the law of action, moving into life. This is where a lot of us really falter at, and maybe not intentionally or what have you, but you get excited about doing something, you want to do something, you want to change your life and what have you, but when it's time to take action, that's where a lot of us fall. I've fallen on that, you know, a lot of times and what have you, because of thinking that I can't. So it goes back to the law of expectation, where I think I couldn't, and so I become paralyzed. And not only that, sometimes in learning more to earn more, as in the other video reviewing the success principle, you can become oversaturated with knowledge and information that it leaves you stagnant. But when you take action, when you take baby steps, learn something, apply it to your life, that's moving, that's taking action. And too many of us don't take action. And what we need to do is, don't try to, you know, do everything all at once. There's an African proverb that says, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Like for me, my goals with this video challenge, we have 50 videos that we need to do. Well, how do I do that? One video at a time. I've broken it down to where I said, you know, the videos are not long, so I can do at least 5 videos per day. 5 videos per day. Someone may do 10, someone may do all their 50 in one. But for me, I'm doing 5 videos per day. Well, at the end of a 5-day week, that's 25 videos. So in 2 weeks, I can have my videos done. Or if I've seen that, you know, I'm kind of ahead with it, I may just spread it out and say, okay, well, I'll just do 2 videos a day, or I'll just do 1 video a day, what have you. But regardless to what I choose to do, I'm taking action. So, you know, that's one of the laws that's very important. And, you know, there are other laws, like I said, but when you read the book, you know, it is practical principles that you can apply to everyday life. And I love, you know, the simplicity in which he wrote it in, but yet it was also so profound. So if you get the chance, get the book, Laws of Spirit, simple, powerful tools for making life work. You won't be disappointed. Until next time.